What's up, guys? I am here on Clark Street in Andersonville, 5301 North Clark Street at Chicago Dance Supply, and I'm gonna buy myself some new shoes. Let's go shop. Ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm here with Sam at Chicago Dance Supply. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. Welcome.
So I wanted to introduce some of our students to dance shoes. They've never had dance shoes, some of them, and I thought you would be a great person to help answer some questions.
Yeah, I can totally answer some questions.
Cool. So the big one is, what's the difference between, say, the shoe that I'm wearing, which I wear out on the street,
Right.
and all of these ballroom and Latin shoes?
Right. Well, obviously, first things first, the ballroom and Latin shoes you don't want to wear outside because it'll kind of mess with the bottom. The ballroom and Latin shoes have a suede sole, which is helpful in turning, especially if there's a rubber-soled shoe that's not going to be as easy to turn in. You could hurt your knees in that a little bit more. So the suede shoe provides enough friction, but it still lets you turn a little bit more.
Right, I feel like when I wear suede soles, I have more control of like grip and slide,
yeah.
whereas like these shoes just stick all the time.
Yeah, and if you have a rubber sole, it's going to stick. If you have a leather sole, it might even be too slippery, depending on the style of dance you're doing.
Something I noticed as soon as I picked this shoe up is that it's really light.
Yeah, they're
Like
all
almost lighter than, I shouldn't say
shoe,
almost,
yeah.
It's definitely lighter than a street
Yeah,
shoe.
so they're definitely super lightweight to help you be able to move your feet quickly and kind of super have control over what you're doing with your
There's
feet
really no
and
way
the
I can
footwork.
show that lightness, but
Yeah,
it's
no,
almost
it's
like, and there's this other aspect here that I'm feeling where the shoes are extremely flexible.
extremely flexible. Yeah, you can even, some of these brands, you can just like bend it all the way back like this. So that's great, especially if you're doing footwork where, no, you're good. Especially if you're doing footwork where you're pointing your foot, having that flexibility is super important.
Right. So I'm noticing too that there are all sorts of different styles here, and I imagine that that's not just because of a style concern. It's probably related to styles of dance.
So definitely has style concerns as well.
Totally.
But the big differences, like the two big sections of shoes, there's the smooth shoe. So that's gonna look something like this. It's closed-toed. It's got a little bit different placement of the heel. And
a little more structured too, right? Like that you can't really point your toes much.
A little bit less flexible, yeah. And then there's gonna be like this, which is a Latin shoe. It's strappy sandal usually. They're not all strappy sandals. There are some other ones, but they're very flexible and they're open-toed and the heel's placed a little bit differently.
Generally speaking, when people come in here, what is the process like when they're coming to buy a shoe?
Yeah. So first of all, we want to find out what style of dance they're doing. If they're doing salsa, they're going to want a Latin shoe. If they're doing, smooth, American smooth, or international ballroom, they're going to want a smooth shoe, which is going to be that closed-toed one.
What about our clients who don't want two shoes?
Right. So most people who don't want two shoes, generally they'll buy a Latin shoe, but it depends. Some people want a closed-toed shoe to protect their toes.
Like that could be a cross in between, right?
Like this one, for example, has a really small peep toe, so like your toes are still pretty protected, but there is that openness to it. And then, obviously style matters, so, if you like the glitz and the glam, you can try that on. If you want something a little bit more simple, you can get a black or tan leather shoe. People who are doing competitions often want the tan satin because that's often required.
Right.
And then the fit kind of depends. Width-wise, it's often like what shoe runs wider or what shoe runs narrower. And then also, some people want the shoe to kind of fit how a normal heel would. Some people want their toes to come all the way up to the front or even over the front so that when they point their toe and their foot kind of comes back a little bit, it doesn't look like there's a ton of space up at the front. And obviously you want the fit to be a little bit snugger than a normal heel would be. You're dancing in it, you don't want your foot moving around in it, you don't want to get blisters. And they stretch a bit.
Almost like fitting like a glove.
Yeah.
To your point, you don't want your foot moving around.
You don't want to be swimming in there. You want to have it be snug. You obviously don't want it to be too tight that it hurts, but they do stretch, especially the ones that are leather. They do stretch a bit, so you want it to be a little bit snug when you're first trying it on so that it has that room to stretch.
I wear the Werner Kern,
Yeah.
and those stretch quite a bit. We'll talk more about brands here in a second, but
yeah.
generally, like price range, what do you guys represent?
Yeah, so our shoes, I mean, obviously it depends. Like if you're going for a sneaker like this one, I think it is $60.
Okay, so that would be more the low end?
Yeah, that's the lower end. We've got some Cuban heels. Cuban heels that are like 80, 85, 89. Then Very Fine, which is a great brand. They run usually around 98, 115.
I think that's a like good medium.
Yeah, that's a good mid-range. Stephanie runs a little bit higher, I think. Like these are 129, for example. And then Werner Kerns are a little bit more expensive. I mean, Italy, they're super fancy. They've got super soft leather, so those can be around 140 or 160.
Yeah, these are 170.
Yeah, the Anna Kern, which is a sister brand, runs a little bit less expensive. And the ones you're holding now, the Nueva Epicas, which are also through Werner Kern, the ones that we've got, this is 210, I think. So those ones are a little bit more expensive. They're gorgeous.
Brands that I like.
Yeah.
I wear this brand, Werner Kern.
Yeah.
When I used to compete, I didn't wear this brand, but for most of our clients, I feel like this is a really nice brand.
It's really nice. They have super soft leather. They have great arch support even in the sandals. Like in this one, you can see it comes up in the arch here, so that even though it's a sandal, you've got that really arch support. Yeah.
Yeah, most shoes don't have that arch support whatsoever, so you could dance all night in these and not feel.
So Werner Kerns are super comfortable, super nice leather, designed in Italy.
Other brands that you guys carry, you said Very Fine. I'll show
Very Fine, yeah. Very Fine's a good middle of the road price range, and they've got really good shoes. Lots of different styles of Very Fines in both the black and the tan. And then people also request Stephanie a lot. They're super flexible. They're a really great brand as well.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, yeah, I like them. They're good. They're pretty flexible.
Stylish.
Yeah, this one is so pretty.
Here, this is the brand I used to compete in Super Dance.
Oh yeah, Super Dance is really nice, and as well, a lot of the competition dancers ask for international dance shoes,
as well.
And they are the most flexible shoes that I think we carry. They're just so, I mean, you can even see, you can point very easily in them. So those are really nice. They run a little bit of a higher price range as well.
Cool.
Yeah. We've also got some practice shoes I guess I can show off.
Those are actually really good. I know that some of my staff wears things like this and some of my clients wear, it's not a practice shoe, it looks like one.
Yeah, like these or these. And then we've got the swing sneakers we talked about as well, but this practice sneaker is actually super popular. It's very fine. It's a 2-inch heel, a little bit chunkier of a heel.
And that makes a big difference for comfort as well. Yeah,
it's just a very comfortable shoe. People tend to like it a lot. And it fits a lot of different widths. You would think it might fit a little narrow just based on how it looks, but actually a bunch of people with wider feet do fit into it. But we also have men's shoes. We also have the more casual sneaker style.
Oh man, this one's for sale. I like this one.
Yeah, we've got the classic black leather shoes. We've also got some more funky, interesting ones like these wingtips here that have two tones.
Sorry. This is the Werner Kern men's.
Yeah. So we definitely also have men's shoes. They definitely also differ from street shoes because they do have that suede sole. They do have that 1-inch standard heel unless you're going for the Cuban heel, which is a bit higher. It's usually 2 inches, but it does affect where your weight is. And again, you want them to fit snug because they will stretch and you don't want your foot swimming around in them.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the shop and how long you guys been on it and things like that.
So this Chicago Dance Supply, it's been here approximately 15 years, and we sell all kinds of dance stuff. So obviously we sell ballroom shoes. We also sell clothes and shoes for ballet, modern, jazz, tap, flamenco. So if you're interested in other kinds of dance, feel free to come in here as well. But we do have a lot of ballroom clientele as well as tango clientele.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, this is where I've been buying dance shoes for pretty much as long as I've been in Chicago.
Yeah.
Because there aren't really many other options, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, there really aren't, which is surprising because Chicago is such a big city and has such a vibrant dance community. Yeah. So it's really nice to have this one-stop shop for all of your dance needs.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate your help, Sam. I'm going to actually get fitted for a new pair of shoes. I see these are on sale. Maybe we have my size here.
Oh, well, we'll check.
Cool. Appreciate it.
No problem. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I don't know if